Hey, good evening, good people. How you doing? Welcome to the Coffee Talk with Isaac Grandpa. You know what, good people? I think in a time where ladies have decided to take over the industry, and today we are going to meet one awesome lady that I met. And this lady, the first time I met her, she reminded me of those American, uh, I would say, news collectors. Those who wear rounded specs, always busy doing something somewhere in a coffee shop, taking some coffee or something. She's just an amazing woman of our age and time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Coffee Talk where we shall be speaking. Today's topic is empowering women in the media. There is a lot that's happening in the media, from women growing their own brand, and sometimes they get misused. I would like to know, how did she start and where she is? Welcome on board, Miss Penina.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Fiti sana.
Mm-hmm.
How is your Sunday?
My Sunday is quite good. I am really enjoying it. Kwanza, the introduction is making me feel now I have to to up my game.
Honestly, it's not the first time I saw you.
Uh-huh.
You know those American movies
Mm.
where you see like a lady is always with a bag, laptop. She's doing something on something in a coffee shop. That's the image that stuck on my day one seeing you until today.
Wow, I'm flattered.
So,
Yeah.
who is Penina?
Uh, Penina is just a girl who is trying to explore her talents and also herself. Because, in life, we are always asked to continue seeking more about ourselves or finding more about ourselves. So, Penina is just a simple girl who is trying to seek or to see where she is or who she really is.
You know, the way you've answered that question is right. Those guru who seek spiritual path. And let me ask you,
Mhm.
where did she grow from?
Uh, this girl just grew from Roy, Kagundo Road. Islando is the place. A place called Hurlingham. It's been home.
Hurlingham.
Yes, Hurlingham from Roy.
Oh.
I know, I get that a lot. But yeah, so I grew up there. I was born there and I just grew up there. So it's been home for the
How
most
was
of the
your
time.
childhood, teenagehood?
Well, it's a whole story. That one we need another sitting, honestly. But yeah, I can just say it was simple and very simple. I found
But very
myself in,
focused.
well, not always focused at that point because I was also the kind of child who used to have some mischievousness.
You
Junior
being mischievous.
yeah. Yes, and sometimes it was for me to take up some responsibilities on behalf of our family members, and it's been quite interesting growing up. It's been eye-opening. I feel like I have gotten to learn a lot through my growth journey, actually.
And this being a coffee talk, this is where you say we have the hardcore conversations.
Yeah.
And did you ever get crazy with your teenagehood? Did it ever disturb you?
Well, yes and no. I will say yes because definitely in our day and age, teenagers we seek to find to see my crushes and all that.
Yeah.
So my love life was kind of funny. Yeah, but
Yeah.
when now it comes to now exploring my teenagehood, I think that is the time I got to understand an important aspect or value about myself, and that was leadership.
Wow.
It's through my teenage years, and also, yeah, I've got the opportunity to meet so many people who have been very influential to my life. So I will say yes, it was equally.
So, the reason I'm asking this is because I've noticed sometimes we start our foundation from top, not at the bottom.
Yeah.
Because you find your teenagehood kinda dictates your youthful age. So Penina gets out of school.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go immediately to college or you hustled?
I went immediately to school, but first of all, after school, I love reading, I love learning, I love having new skills every single time. So I was not the child who would stay in the house and just be like that. So I asked my parents, definitely that time kuna computer studies. When you
Yeah,
finish
yeah.
school, people want to go for computer studies. So I went there. But after finishing that, I realized that I've always wanted to do beadwork. Like I was really interested with beadwork, making bags, making all that. But
Yeah.
and I got the opportunity to ask my auntie to help me through. Then she told me, "You go search for a school, and when you find the school,
Yeah.
you will let me know. The rest I will take care of." So I went to the school. Unfortunately, I didn't get to pursue the beadwork because she said you can't be the first student in that school. So she went ahead and searched for another course for me to do. So that is how I found myself doing financial sales.
Wow.
Yeah, so I pursued financial sales for a while before now I went to do my career path in which
It's media now.
not really.
Uh-huh.
I went to school and decided to pursue banking and finance.
Wow.
Yes, and I finished that. That is how life took a turn. I found myself in media.
In media.
Yeah.
And there's a character that we share. When also I finished high school, I went into beadwork also.
Ah.
I did a lot of bracelets, like such stuff. These are self-made.
Wow, they look
Yeah.
beautiful actually.
These are self-made. And it's an art I learned, and also like I teach my children how to do this. Having said that, what is it that that there's that period of puppy love that high school where you find many people also run away from school. The way you said you're mischievous in one way or the other. I'll say in our age we are quite aggressive in our age. We are know it all.
Yeah.
How did you keep that calmness? Do you figure now I'm out of the school and this is what I want to do?
I think it all started in high school, to be honest. I've always been an introverted person. I know many people don't believe that. But yeah, I've always been introverted. And when I joined my high school, most times I will be quiet on my own. So when I was meeting with friends, maybe at home, most people will say, I have a best friend in school. But me, I didn't have any. I just had friends who I could not say they're close to me like as best friends. So I used to be just that person who people could freely come and speak to, and also without feeling judged. So I found myself also doing peer counseling, which I never knew I could do. And I might say like my school life has always just been that person who is trying to figure out life. Like I've always tried to figure out life. Me and clubs. I used to be in clubs. Majority of the clubs, I was a scout.
Oh,
I
thought it's
was.
clubs for drinking.
No, not really. Hapo tumeenda mbali. But yeah, I used to be just part of clubs, and mostly you will just find me outside, outgoing. Yeah.
And apart from this crazy world, ufanya nini for leisure? What do you do for leisure?
Well, na sasa hapa najua many people will judge me because I literally don't have like quite an interesting leisure time. So what I do mostly is I can watch podcasts. I really love listening and finding. As I said, I love learning. So I learn through listening to many people most times. So you'll find me doing podcasts. You'll find me also just hanging around with my friends, like my close friends. I might just go there, we spend sometimes, we sing karaoke at home. Like I'm not somebody who will have a lot of demands, which I just go with the flow.
You're just like a
Yeah.
simple girl.
Yeah, as I said, a simple girl.
So that has been Penina. Let's go for a short break, come back, and we hit this conversation.
Ever the best. Hallelujah. Ever the best. Hallelujah.
Hey, good evening, good people. Welcome back to the Coffee Talk with Isaac Grandpa. We're watching here at Younib TV, which is always the best. And you know what, good people? Having that we have laid the foundation of knowing this beautiful girl, we want to know what exactly do you do in the media?
Wow, quite a good question. I also ask myself, because I'm a person who does a lot when it comes to the media side. So I'm an editor. I'm also the head of programming here at Younib TV. I am also a host. I do the Younib Breakfast Show. And people, by the way, go support me there. I will really appreciate. So yeah, I do quite a lot here.
Yeah, and I must say the first time I met you, I kind of feared you.
Wow.
You have a bossy look. You have a bossy look. It was hard for me to interact with you because I kept on asking people, Udem anongiaga? I think I even asked you whether you speak.
Yeah.
Then people told me she's the craziest of all. Now let me ask you, why programming?
Well, that will take me back to the history of this place, like Younib TV. But without going to that history, I will say when I was getting out of school, I really didn't know what I really wanted to do. And that time I was doing a podcast, and our CEO was searching for people, and he literally asked for people who are talented. And I just made a call to one of the people who we used to do podcasting with. And I asked, do you think we are people of media? Do you think we can do something? And then she told me, yeah. You already do a podcast, so you are a voiceover artist. So you can just say, you can come
You
in.
lost me somewhere. Pesh,
Yes.
you did banking and finance.
Yes.
Did you do any media course?
No.
So the programming is self-taught.
Yes, I've been.
You need YouTube University?
No, not really. We can say yes, YouTube is part of it, but most of it I've been taught by people here. Like the head of our CEO has been quite influential in my growth here at when it comes to media, because he used to teach me.
Nipeleke pole pole. Editing
Yeah,
is the most chaotic thing.
I
You learned editing.
yes, by actually seeing people doing it.
My goodness. So, we leave the Younib project aside. Let's come back to your podcast. Is it a memorable project that maybe you like? That was something. It set you to the world.
Well,
and what's that one topic that blew you to the world?
I will say podcasting has been something I've been always wanting to do, but I never knew that is what I wanted to do. I don't know whether you're getting me.
It is you were doing it just for the sake.
Yes, like I was just told, okay, not for the sake actually, but people saw my talent. For me, I used to know I will be a vlogger. Like I wanted to open my YouTube channel and be a vlogger, but there was an opportunity. As again, it brings me back to Younib. Younib organization now. It started a project when it came to podcasting. So many people saw that anyway we need to bring Penina in. So I was called and was asked to be one of the podcasters there.
Wow.
So that is how I found myself in podcasting. I used to know I will do
What that
something
one
about
topic
media.
you did that blew out?
Well, I think we had a lot of topics that were interesting, and to be honest, I can't really specify one.
But that one, that one topic that you're like, this one?
I think it was I can remember one that I did on career. I'm not sure whether we posted that though. But yeah, we did one on career on how we found ourselves in the careers we are in, and it was so awesome to hear the people who we were around, how funny life is, how you will find yourself always saying you want to be a doctor when you are young, until now life really happens and you find yourself in places that you didn't really like, and then you fall in love with that. So it was awesome.
And having that, the industry, now you're in it, what inspires you? What is that thing that makes you wake up every morning and you're like, let me go chase this thing?
Well, I will say it is the fact that if you are building something, I feel like Younib is like my little baby. Aside that I am not really the owner, but I take it like my baby because I've seen it grow. I've been part of it as it's growing. So the moment I feel like anyway, you have to wake up so that I can see this dream going far, because I am really embraced with the dream of this institution. And definitely if you see the dream and where people want to go, definitely you will want to work hard to go there.
Talk about dream, and I'm here looking at you and in just admiration, where you find that here you are, a thinker, a writer, a sister to someone, a daughter, an auntie to someone, a girlfriend to many, and also someone who's taking care of their spiritual life and work. How do you balance?
To be honest, Aki, it's not easy balancing. It's never easy.
The reason I'm asking this way is because I've been in this station and you guys will work hard. How do you balance this thing?
I will say it's not easy. Actually, I'll be lying if I say it's easy, but it's not easy. The thing is, we just plan. Like usually if I feel like I can't do this, I'll make sure I go to my other friends or the people I work with, my colleagues, because they've become my friends, and I tell them, by the way, assist me with this. So trying to just give out some work, to just try and share out the burden also, because sometimes you may feel everything is just chaotic, but if you come in and you try and speak it out to people, it makes it better. So for me, I think the way I tend to balance is trying to bring my mind into the place I am that specific time. So if I'm at home, that is when I'll deal with things at home. If I'm at work, that is when I'll deal with things at work. And sometimes, yes, it may be hard that I may find myself going with work at home, but I try also to ensure that there's that boundary kidogo yenye nimeweka, this I'm setting for home, this I'm setting for, yeah.
What time do you sleep?
Well, it all depends, because as I said, I love information. So
what time? Give me a range of time.
Let's say from 12 to 1.
Then you wake up at?
Sometimes I can oversleep to 8:30, but most times I find myself up at 7.
So what's your schedule like when you wake up?
When I wake
Because I'm
up,
sure there's a girl outside there, and she's like, "My goodness, hizi vitu zote anafanyanga aje?"
so I wake up. I make my bed. It's very important, actually.
Yeah, I saw the discipline of making the bed.
Yeah. So I make my bed, and then after making my bed, I pray. It's very important. After praying, I go take a shower. Sometimes it may change. I take breakfast, then go to shower, and sometimes I shower, then take breakfast.
Yeah.
Then after that, I pack my bag, leave for work.
Then you do the day.
Yes, then I come to the day.
Evening, what's your schedule?
When I arrive at home, depending on the day, sometimes I have classes. I am always seeking knowledge, as I said. I go sit down and decide now. For example, if I have schedule, like a personal schedule that I sometimes it's hard to follow, but yeah, I do follow. And so I arrive at home, say hi to everyone, try to help wherever I can. So if there's work that is not done, like chores and everything, I step in, I help. Then after that, I go sit down and try to do work that I have not yet done. Then after that, sometimes I may decide, I just want a lazy night or a lazy day. I can just binge watch a series, an episode of a series, but it's not most often. And sometimes I may decide just to go and just relax, take a shower, and just stay there, see whether I can just be in the moment. And sometimes I can grab a book and read.
How did I found it quite chaotic for me that the time that you want to totally be at the zero ground. That's when a neighbor is shouting, a kid is crying, someone has just walked in the room. How do you do research when you want your own peace?
Well, for me, I just go and lock myself in the room. So most times, if people see me in my room, yes, they will come distracting me. They will come to seek, have you really eaten? Have you really done this? But they know that is like a safe space. It's like my safe space.
It's your ground zero.
Yeah. So when I go there, I can just be there and keep quiet. If they come distract, sometimes I just ignore. My mom will be watching and she'll say, okay. But yeah, sometimes I just do that so that I can just be there to relax and just be in my ground zero.
Wow, interesting. Maybe before we go for a break, I'll need to ask you, how do you balance all this? There's one aspect of your career that has to be 100% sober, and you must get it right, and that's creativity.
Mm-hmm.
How do you keep the creativity of Younib TV up to the game?
I feel like the fact that I have a good team, like it's really important. And when I am doing my meetings, we usually have a brainstorming time where we just ask each other, what do we want? So I may bring an idea, my teammate may bring an idea. So I think through that, we usually ensure that we have the creativity going. So I might bring an idea, somebody tops up the idea, and it brings more creativity. So what I'm trying to mean is sometimes it's not easy to do it alone. You just need a team. Yeah. You need a team who can always be there at your beck and call and also to help you through. Because my creativity, yes, I might have the idea completely, but somebody else might know how to make sure the idea comes to life. Yeah.
I might not have a chance to ask this. Do you cry?
A lot. Yes, a lot.
You look like a goddamn hardcore girl.
I think tears are the ones that are making me stronger. Because I believe we were given tears for a reason. We were given for us to express ourselves.
At what point do you break?
Well, when I feel so devastated and when I feel like I can't get it. Sometimes actually I cry for like seconds and then I say, now we can do work. Now we can work. Yes.
Thoughts. That has been real. Let's go for a break. Come back. Keep it here at Younib TV. This is the Coffee Talk with Isaac Grandpa.
ever the best. Hallelujah. Ever the best. Hallelujah.
Having put a great foundation, women in the media industry, they face quite a lot of challenges. People like us do disturb them, whether they are serious or not, only God and Satan knows. Whether we are going to marry them or not, we do not know. Sometimes we con them, and sometimes we want to just use their mind in the name of exposure. Miss Penina,
Yes.
kwa hii industry unajua kuna mambo mingi sana, kuna ukora. Sometimes you want to use your mind. And by the way, let me ask you. And having that is a coffee talk in the evening, we are aware there is a teenage girl who's looking at this.
Yeah.
And we are not going to play fool that these things are not happening. Where Penina is, look at you. You're a very beautiful woman. I'll come first hit on you for me to give you something, maybe an advertisement. Have you ever been, has someone ever put you in a position to play around with your values and work ethics?
I will say yes.
And generally the challenges you've gone through as a woman in the media industry.
Well, I will say hizi vitu, it's not new under the sun, you know. And definitely zimekuwa. But I will say it all depends with how you choose to take it. On real sense, hizi vitu ziko mingi sana when you talk even with people who are in different companies, you know. Wanasema tu hizi vitu like utapata nimeambiwa, oh, let's live together, oh, let's do this so that I can give you a promotion, oh, let's do this so that I can give you the opportunity to be the one on TV. And it's actually saddening to see because most times I say you are giving yourself like 100%. You want to make it in life in the media scenes, but because of these small things and because of your bosses, not as kwa media scene peke, I'm sure it's also in different companies, you know, and it's really, it brings demotivation to the people. And sometimes because others don't have the option, when I decide, let me just do it. Kuli, what's the bad thing about
and
it?
Apart from being even in the on the Younib TV, I'm sure you run a private enterprise outside there. People come to you for consultancy. How do you deal? How do you put a block between the grandpa who wants to come for services and I'm attracted to you? It's nature for a man to be attracted to a woman. It's also a nature you can be attracted to me. How do you balance that kind of an emotion?
Now, the good thing about myself, you see, as you introduced me, you say I'm a serious person. So when it comes to business, I'm business. I mean business all through. So I don't laugh with people when it comes to work.
But Penina, if a man can crack you.
Well, as I say, I just try before I let somebody in or I get to speak with you.
Yeah.
I really have to. I'm really observant, so I really have to continue having conversations.
So
with
no
you.
mind games for you.
Well, they may occur. Definitely, says the same. I'm perfect,
Yeah.
and I'm also human anyway, and human is to error. But most times, it's kind of hard for somebody afike hapo unless nikuwe nimempea the leeway.
One day I'll stretch you.
I'm waiting for
I'll
that
stretch
day.
you.
Yeah, but I feel like for me the face really makes people
First,
stay
when you
away.
put on the specs makes you.
Yeah, it makes people stay away and they're like, okay. So most people, even as you said, once they come to me after tumezoeana, that is when I'm saying, Kai, Penina, kumbe you laugh. Like you can really laugh. We can sit down and say stories and you laugh. Because most times I just give that front.
And I'm sure Penina someone amejaribu kukukona.
Definitely. Nimekoniwa. You're saying matters love or matters mind game and everything.
Conmanship, both. You see, life is holistic. It's socio-economic and political, right?
Yeah.
You might not be someone not in politics, but have you someone might what kind of conmanship umepitia kwanza before, because I know you might run away from my question.
Oh wow, you always. So yes, I've been conned. That I think quite a number of times. But the one that I really remember that made me really wiser was one after I finished school immediately. And that time you're staying at home and somebody anakuja anakwambia, hey, nimepata form. There's somewhere we can make money. So I went there thinking that definitely I'll get money. So I've tried so many things. So tukaambiwa, okay, we can go. It's just dancing for somebody. Anachukua pics and like the videos for music video. Man, I've done a lot of videos, guys. Hadi ukienda kwa our YouTube page on Younib, you'll find me dancing. But well, I try. I'm not that perfect in dancing. So nikaambiwa hivyo. So I went and it was quite a number of my friends. We went there and tukaambiwa na the producer, the so-called producer. He said, okay, now I want you guys to go to different salons because of time. You go, we want to make your hairs look like crazy because that's the whatever the mood of the video. And you know, my hair is not the type to just look crazy. If you want me to look crazy, don't really like, you don't need to blow dry it. And he said you have to blow dry your hair. So mine could never stand and look crazy. So he came, he asked me for my phone. And then he said, I'm just making a phone call. So he took the phone, made the phone call, came back. Hi. He gave me the phone. I have Truecaller. So definitely I will check. Okay. It turned out, yeah, it was the producer. So I had no problem. A few minutes later, I think he went to check up on the other people to see whether they will give also their phones. And they did. They did give the phone and he returned. Okay, the first person he never returned. But for me, he returned it. Then the second time he came, he just said, I want to confirm something from the producer. And he went kabisa. He went to the phone. So that was one of the character development I got when it comes to conmen. Yeah, but it was a lesson, as we are told that through all this, you become wiser. And I became wiser.
So number one, you have to safeguard your persona.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting. And as you are, and I thank God that also you are also a host and a content creator.
Yeah.
There is a crazy thing with sexualized content in being at the path. What's your take on it?
For me, I think, okay, people, if you feel comfortable doing that, it's okay for you. But for me, I feel like most of all, we need to look at what we are giving out. Because if I want to be a mentor to somebody who is watching me, I definitely will want to know if it was my younger sister. if it was my younger brother, could I be doing this to empower them, to show them
As
this?
a head of programming, that question has just popped in my head.
Okay.
What is it that you look at when, let's say, maybe there's a viewer outside there who has a show, has an idea of a show. What do you look at in a show for you to allow it to go to or on air?
Okay, so first of all, we ensure that it's something that we all can be able to interact with or to agree with, to get something. Generally. Another thing is we ensure that if this show comes to us, are we seeing that in the long run it will still be going
How do you see
on?
that?
Like, for example, the way you came and we asked you how will you be sustaining the show? You get. So that is the question now. The thing.
But I'm just a smart guy who doesn't know how to play with words.
It all depends. Tutakukamata tu mahali. Like there's that aspect ya kukamatwa tu. Uta sleep mahali and we'll be like, hapa kuna ka red flag.
And everything that goes on air, you have to see it.
Yeah. Yes. Not personally, but there's a compliant officer. Yeah, who usually looks at all that. I am there to oversee everything, and if she feels, because ours is a lady, if she feels overwhelmed, I will step in to help.
One day, have you ever looked at maybe a show or something has gone on air, and you're like, God damn it, who edited this video?
Yeah, it happens a lot actually. It happens a lot. And
is it noticeable to the public?
Sometimes they may not notice. You know, for the public, if you don't have any media knowledge, you will not know. Oh, utajua umeona tu show iko tu sawa. And then for us out here, we are just like, nani ali-edit your show? Who edited that show? Why did it go on air?
Do you make a call immediately?
At first, I receive phone calls kwanza from the head. Now. Yeah, you know, you're always there. Why did you guys put it? Now we are in trouble. So for us, it's
which
trouble
one
first.
Call that you dread to pick? Who calls first?
Nitakuwa nachoma. Nitakuwa nachoma, but yeah, already I know you guys mshajua. Everyone in the studio is laughing because they know, they already know. Yeah, it's kind of not for the public.
So once the shots are fired, you also know who to fire the shots to.
Okay, sometimes I try to be lenient, but I cannot suffer alone. but yeah, I try to just spice it up and try to just make it in a better way. Isikue the way you've received the heat, you give out to the heat. So you try to.
But someone must feel the heat.
Yeah, because definitely if I will get the heat first. Then I will go explain to you guys. They will feel the pain even without me giving the heat because they know where it comes from.
In such a moment, what goes through your mind? At such a moment when you first watched it and you're like, Manze, this, and you know that call is going to come in. What goes through your
mind? At that point, what are we going to do to ensure that tumefix kitu before anything? Like you search for something to ensure umefix.
So let's say you're at home. It's your off day, you're not coming.
Yeah.
And definitely you have your laptop. You're seeing how things are going or which program is not supposed to go on air, and there's a delay. Do you panic? Is there panic?
No, at that point I don't panic really. I just make the phone call and ask, why is the show not there? Why are we running late? Is there a problem? If the TV has hanged, is there? Please let me know so that I can help however I can. Even at home, I just do that. Yeah.
Wow.
So you just make the call. And sometimes I don't even have to follow up sana. As I said, having a good team is really essential. You'll just find a phone calls coming and I try my level best to fix, and then everything runs out good. But most times the way to call, it's really, really great. We have been working very, very well.
That's amazing. Man, staying with this girl can make you learn quite a lot, and Okay, let's have some more coffee break. Come back. I would like to know how she networks. And I'll tell you why. Because one day we met at a place where I could not recognize her. Let's go for coffee break and come back.
Ever the best. Hallelujah. Ever the best. Hallelujah.
Hey, good people, welcome back to the Coffee Talk with Heidi Grandpa. It's been an amazing conversation. And you know what? One time, so I meet Pesh at the studio, I record my show, and I go. And later in the evening, I see her like a dancer, like a goddess, and I was like, "Hi, you looked beautiful that night."
Thank you.
Tell me, how do you network?
First of all, dressing is really essential. So
Yeah.
once you're going to a place, you really need to dress the part. It's really important because most times we are always told, always dress the part, always dress the part, and it's really something that you really need to do. If you look good, you are sure when going for networking, many people will come. You will attract the right people, you know. But if you just normally when the two kind of sweatpants, it will just show also non-professionalism when you're going for this networking event. So what you really ensure or what you really want to do is ensure you're really dressed well. And that day, if you can tell yourself 1,000 affirmations, do that for yourself, you know. So for me, I dress well. I tend to build my confidence through how I look, you know. So I will dress well, then go with somebody I'm comfortable with, definitely, and ensure that I will always they will be there next to me, so that when I feel like, hey, I am really really not comfortable in this place, they're like, "Ah, you got this, you know." So I usually carry somebody around that I'm always comfortable with, and then now from there, trying to also see the room once I arrive, just looking and seeing, okay, and this
put
person,
yourself.
yeah, I can really approach this person, I can really do this, I can really do this. And then after that, sit down and tell myself, okay, now we can start networking.
You guys have been given free tips on how to network. Myself, I'm usually very jumpy. I'm a very poor dresser. But the only thing that maybe keeps me afloat is my cologne. That makes people confused.
Yeah.
It makes yeah. But get me any place, anywhere, and get to anyone I want. But I loved the idea of understanding the room, being very strategic who you want to speak with. I found it very interesting. And also, in terms of, do you have a mentor who mentors you? And do you mentor other people?
Well, when it comes to mentorship, I've not yet started as per. I'm still building myself. But if anybody wants to come for mentorship, I'm really, really okay to mentor people. But for now, I feel like it's more of I'm in the growing path, yet I'm still growing and building. For mentorship, having a mentor, definitely I can't lack one. I have a mentor, but I can say not in the like already people who are in the media scene kabisa kabisa.
Yeah.
They're just there. Wamesomea wako tu hapo chini chini. They don't want to be known. They're just there, but they really know what they do. You know. So when it comes to mentoring, I am really still searching for the right people, of people I can look up to. But I still have quite a number that I follow up on the internet, YouTube, like Lynn Ngugi. You know, she's really doing a lot of good things out there. And also Nyawera Gashugi. I really, really love her and what they're really doing. So these are the people I'm just looking, I'm just having a look. Unaona wale wenye unaangalianga and then you're just like, I would really love to just sit down with these people, man, and see how they think and how they can help me. And maybe one day be my mentors. So I'm still in the searching process. Yeah.
For myself, interestingly, when I was a young man, John Obongo Jr. He's well known during those guys who born in 80s, 90s, and all that. He used to do a show in KBC, English service. Then there was Catherine Kasamuri. Oh, I would look at her doing the news and I would admire. Then there was Louis Otieno. These are people who made me love the style of presentation in terms of news, the way they would speak, the way they would articulate issues, the way they would question the politicians. And last but not least, two people, John Simbi Okumu, and now when it came to entertainment, the showbiz itself, Mr. Jeff Konyange. I love the way Jeff does it. I learn a lot from him. Jeff atakutoa story bila kujua. There's a way he questions, and these are people that I looked up in the media. And lastly, Oprah Winfrey.
Wow, she's a powerhouse.
She's a powerhouse.
Yeah.
That I have. She ran a successful TV show for 25 years.
Yeah.
And I hope you are going to be the next Oprah.
I receive.
Of our generation.
I receive. Yeah.
It's been an amazing conversation, Penina.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe I would like to look at a camera, and maybe you can encourage a young girl, because at this age, day and age, go to these local universities. Media has so many people.
Yeah.
Encourage a young guy outside there. When you're memaliza shule this year, those who are out of college, this is your moment to listen to wisdom.
So, my word of advice. Well, it's good for you to follow your passion, your dreams. And remember, we are living in a day and age where your talents can really make money for you. So it's for you to sit down and try and think about yourself, what you really want to do. You know, sometimes you go to school just because we are supposed to go to school. Just because we've been told you finish school, now go to school. But if you find your passion in it, if you find that you love really about whichever career you're doing, you will find there's that special thing that keeps you moving every single time. So it's for you to ensure that whatever you feel, seek more knowledge on it, do more research on it, and also ensure that you find a unique way of standing out. Because in the media industry, there are so many people. It's for you to ensure that, anyway, I'm doing this to stand out. I am going, if for example you are in school, make that portfolio. Ensure that you fill that portfolio. When you're going for those interviews, you have the portfolio. Well, what have you done? You show them the portfolio. You already stand out from the rest, because not many students who are finishing schools have created their portfolio, you know. So it's important for you to ensure, just seek something that will make you stand out from the rest, and ensure that you keep learning, because in the media scenes, it's always new trends after new trends after new trends. So after you ensure also you do research kabisa and try to stand out, be creative, because I know if you're in the media scene you're creative, and through that you'll be able to stand out from the rest. Yeah.
Deep. Today, you guys have got a free whole session about media, personal branding, going outside there, doing your thing. And also, last but not least, ujawaambia show yako ni gani, the social media handles.
Well, okay. I do the Younib Breakfast Show here at Younib TV. So every morning, every Tuesday and Wednesday morning, ensure you wake up to the amazing voice of this lady over here, yeah? As I give you information when it comes to matters lifestyle, mental health. Of late, we've been doing a series of mental health, and so many people have benefited from it. So ensure usiache nyuma. Just join us every single Tuesday and Wednesday in the morning, and there are repeats also every single day from Monday to Friday. So ensure that you are tuned in to the Younib Breakfast Show. So for my socials, you'll find me on Instagram, Miss_Wachera, on Facebook, Penina Karichu. And yeah, so far I think those are the ones you can really get me there.
Awesome, good people. Thank you for joining us on the Coffee Talk with the Grandpa. It's been an amazing show. Listening to the great lady of our time. If we don't speak COVID, as I keep on saying, this is where the conversation starts but never ends. This is Younib TV. Always
Ever
the best. Till next Sunday. See ya. God bless you and goodbye.